Hello my lovelies, I hope you're all well. Today we're going to be checking out ranking men by looks in 5 ways. This is from Jubilee. We've already reacted to the women one, so if you want to check that out you can go and look at that video as well. But let's get on with this one, shall we? Oh, just banged my knee really bad, ouch.
I'd right swipe on all of you. That's it's just a base. Like, you're a beautiful man. I think you.
Okay.
I'm the shortest, so.
Are we really going based on height? You have to call yourself out like
If we go based on height, we're gonna look like the AT&T bars. Like, we're just gonna go up.
Honestly, I was gonna rank you higher up because I like the tattoos, and I think
That's
that
what I was gonna
counts
say.
as your
I
body.
think the tattoos like deserve a higher spot.
Yeah.
I'm looking at chest. You have the biggest chest as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Wow.
I would
go to the
say
gym,
you
right?
two would like go like
I
one
feel
and
like
two.
it's definitely
for me.
like 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My leg does play a huge role in my confidence in myself, and that's a big reason why I'm so heavily tattooed, is to draw more attention away from my leg.
You are going over there.
Yeah, I know where I want to go.
You two definitely go over there.
Okay.
What side do you want me on?
You are way bigger than you got the arms, like basically Chris Hemsworth. So over there. I say Vashon.
I would not go that far.
For those
I
calves.
think, yeah.
I feel like Tony might be number 2, just because I feel like if you lost the weight, Nick, you'd be more defined just because you go to the gym. I could tell you have muscle, but I think you have just more like average body, I'd say.
I'll
Does
take
everyone
it.
else agree?
I would put you number 2 in terms of body.
I feel like I do look like the most average out of everybody here, so I'm okay with that.
Average isn't a bad thing.
I go to the gym because I no longer drink alcohol. That was like a very bad advice. I just got 4 years sober, so the gym is like my stress reliever.
3 times a week. I try to get at least 3 in, and then like an activity of some sort, whether that be like basketball or just something along those lines.
Based on that, I feel like you should.
Because we can
Number
see it.
2.
We can see that you work out.
Yeah.
I'm just initially struck by how unattractive these men are. I know that seems harsh, but they seem very effeminate as well, which is not an attractive quality for me. I don't actually find any of them attractive. So this is going to be a really weird video to watch, but I have literally no way of ranking these men because I don't find any of them attractive.
How did being up there in your underwear feel?
Not great. Didn't love it. I don't inherently love being shirtless. I try to stay away from it as much as possible. Yeah.
I'm good with it, yeah.
Absolutely.
Plain, I don't think I have a style. This is just
Okay,
gym shorts and a
style.
t-shirt.
You should be number 1. Okay. I think
I'll take that.
Definitely the most flashy.
No oppose.
I think it works.
Where does your style come from, George?
At some point, I got really
Just
tired of
dressed like a girl.
trying to force myself to be accepted by other guys. It's just such like a frustrating dilemma to like force myself into that I just like.
Do you know what? This is so, it's so annoying because they did exactly the same thing with the women. They took the ones with the most out there style and put them at the top, when that to me is not style, you know. That's, yes, you're very individual. You're very original, you could say, with your out there look. But that to me is not style. I think of style, I think of classic, you know, dressing for your body and making yourself look the best that you can look. And a dude in a crop top and a skirt is not style for me. That's just attention seeking.
Started just choosing what I thought was cool. Men in skirts like Prince and Kid Cudi, queer men, trans men, women. A lot of women inspire me. Like, I feel like you are inspired by lesbian women.
I'm inspired by my girlfriend. That's what I'm inspired by.
I would switch you two because you both have acceptable like guy, like he looks good fashion, but I like the color.
Yeah, he definitely put some more
The earth tones.
I was gonna say, no,
Yes,
it's very
yes.
put together.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'd say the best dressed is the
I would
guy
put
with the
you
denim
number
jacket.
2 and you number 3, just because of the colors. I like the not rhinestoning, the sparkling.
Oh, thank you.
And you guys put effort into like jewelry, accessories.
I'm like, so where am I?
So we're
What's going
But
on?
that's up to, do y'all feel okay about that? Are you cool with number 3?
Okay, so I see. So we're putting the men that are wearing the more female clothes at the top. Right, got it.
Happy that the body type round was done first. It allowed me to feel a little uncomfortable at first, and then it made me realize once I did put the clothes on how much clothing makes me feel more beautiful and attractive.
I think definitely for me, more basic stuff is what I like to see, and I think that kind of makes a person more attractive for me. Like, I'm not really into flashy stuff. I'm sure it's different for you guys.
Same,
you guys
bud,
probably like to
same.
stand out.
You guys have the confidence to rock the stuff that I don't. The judgment always weighs on me
but that-
when I go out in public like
When I was in
that.
4th grade,
like
I bought a
having-
beret at me.
Someone having the confidence to wear something that you wouldn't does not make them stylish. Like those 3 guys that are in the 1, 2, and 3 positions, who I would say are probably gay, to me they're not stylish. They're just wearing feminine clothes. Whereas the 3 that are now in the bottom are in the traditionally male clothing, and they've been put at the bottom. These men need to stand up for themselves.
Is that I thought looked so cool. I wore it to school and I got made fun of the whole day.
Hopefully, like, you can find style and engage with style that you like and be confident with that.
I met a friend in high school, and so he always dressed comfortably in case he ever had to defend himself. And I liked that idea, and I was like, because we kind of grew up in the same neighborhood, it made sense. So I always liked shorts, and I always liked a comfortable t-shirt in case I had to run away or something.
I'd love to see you in a long skirt, though, like a flowy one, too, that you can run in.
I'll give it a shot.
Go for it.
You can
No,
pick out my
man,
next
don't-
outfit.
Yeah, we're all good.
Don't
Thrifting after this.
pander.
I want to change myself to switching with Nick, just because, like, based off of style as well. Like, I know you're shocked right now, but like the thing is that like you can see this as style, but I see you as style. I
he
saw
really
it, so
did.
that's
Wow.
why. That's
Okay.
You volunteer as a super.
I'll
I
take
like
it.
it.
I appreciate it.
Yes. We are not our clothes. Like,
Yeah.
I do like that, yeah.
yeah.
Just wear what you want,
It's
you know?
an
Yeah.
attitude. Yes.
If you thought like
Masculinity.
this is a very masculine person, who's like your prime example of?
The first person that comes to mind is my stepdad. He really stepped up and took my mom in when she was sick and took in 2 stepsons, my brother and myself. He has cried in front of me. He has cried in front of my mom. I know we separate femininity and masculinity, but like I think if you're peak femininity or peak masculinity, you're in tune with both sides of your emotions.
Honestly, growing up, masculinity was taught to me as pretty much just an absence of emotion. I knew that that was wrong, so I've just been like, masculinity, femininity, it's not even real. We're just taking traits that all humans can have and applying a word to it.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I stand. I'd like to just throw myself at the end.
I'll go with you. 'Cause I don't like the modern
me up
version
here.
of masculinity, so I wouldn't associate myself with
I
it.
don't like
Obviously,
the
you
modern
are
version of
very
masculinity.
influenced by your stepdad.
For sure.
And if that is your definition of masculinity, and that's the healthiest definition I've ever heard, you deserve to be here.
I'm on my own journey, and like I still got to get my anger under control too.
Oh, I understand,
know,
but
so-
you had an opportunity to look at someone who maybe not mastered it, but understood both sides of the spectrum. Therefore, I think your upbringing and your way of seeing things makes you deserve this spot.
I like that you said too, you were like, I'm still working on it. If you had told us that, like, no, you're the perfect one already, you've achieved masculinity, then you wouldn't deserve the top spot. No one will ever be like a perfect man, but that mindset will make you a perfect man.
That means a lot. That's pretty cool.
You give dad energy.
Yeah.
I am a dad, so I'm trying to be better for my daughter, you know. So I appreciate it. That means a lot.
Well, then get up here. You're one.
Yeah.
I think you deserve that one.
If I had to make a switch, I'd switch you and you. Just vibe, honestly.
But where do you feel like you belong? Because you don't have to switch
like-
if you don't want to.
I don't know. I actually don't know. I think masculinity, like we've said, is one of these topics where it is changing every single day. Like something new comes out and then it's like, oh, well, it's masculine to do this. It's not masculine to do this. And it's like, you know, it really depends on where we've been throughout our lives, what we've experienced and what we've gone through. But I think this is a question that transcends, 6 spots. I think this is something that we're gonna deal with for generations still.
Based on that answer, and you're admitting that you are working through your emotions, I don't feel like I'm at that level yet. So I would put you here based on that one.
I'd say it all kind of boils down to like hormones, if that makes sense, and like testosterone versus estrogen.
Naturally, our testosterone levels are going to drop as we get older. Does that make us less of a man in your eyes then? Because like, okay,
I don't think less of a man. I don't think less masculine either.
okay, so then should that be a valid argument in terms of masculinity?
I guess when I see a man, like I was able to see like kind of straight away like where you guys stood, if that makes sense. Like I saw you guys as more feminine. I think a man, it's more about like dominance, if that makes sense.
Do you think I'm less dominant than you?
It's like facial wise. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Facially, I'm less dominant than you.
I guess my definition of masculinity is more.
So he's just a normal guy, is what I'm getting from this. Which, yeah, there's no doubt that the other three are less masculine. They just are. By any definition of masculinity, they are definitely more feminine, and it's okay to say that. And you don't have to start being like, so am I less dominant than you? And yes, it does boil down to hormones at the end of the day, because men have higher testosterone. And yes, testosterone will drop as you get older, but that doesn't make you less of a man, because there are other traits to masculinity than just hormones. But yeah, I understand where this guy Michael is coming from. He's just a normal dude, from what I can gather.
Traditional in a sense. I feel like everyone's was maybe like a more newish, like, you know, not that there's anything wrong with that. And I don't think that's necessarily real, if that makes sense, like realistic. I think it's like ingrained in us. Like I can't describe it even. Like when I see someone, you could kind of tell, if that makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, you base it on more physical, and that's totally fine. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Growing up, it was always like either black or white, you know, where my parents are like, you're masculine, you're super tough, you're super strong, and you're there at the head of the household, you're always that. Or you're like feminine. So that's something that I've always like kind of seen. That's why I was able to see both sides of like where Michael was coming from.
I don't think I deserve the top spot. I really do, like after hearing your story, because I didn't have that growing up. I didn't have someone who stepped into my life and really like changed my worldview and changed my perspective on things. So that's why I think you deserve the spot more than I do. And if
You sure?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm 100% sure.
All right, thank you.
I think I'm kind of pretty.
You have a very nice smile. That's what I noticed. You have a very, very nice smile.
I have a lot of moles, and I don't have a lot of moles on the rest of my body. It's just I just look like a chocolate chip cookie. And then I got
Chip cookies are hot. Like,
and then I got my scar from when I busted my lip playing tag on crutches like a couple of months after my amputation. I think I'm lower on the end for sure.
If I had to say, I
Scars are hot.
Stay there for a second.
stay there.
Stay there.
Hold up.
You have not been officially switched.
So I wouldn't view your face scar as a bad thing.
I try to hide mine, but yeah.
I put you ahead of him. I put you 3, you 2, you 1 for now.
Sounds good, yeah.
Why is that?
I just think they're more attractive, to be honest. Nothing
You're
more.
into us?
I don't know, like
teasing.
you guys both have very nice skin, and so that's why I think you guys
I
are
think you do
above.
too.
Well, thank you, but
You seem so uncomfortable with the idea of being judged attractive.
I'm actually okay with this spot just because like I have like anxiety tics, so like I tend to pick at my face, so that's why I have a lot of acne scars.
I think you have a very symmetrical face though, and you have a very bright smile. So I think you could also be further up.
I would say so too.
I would
Yeah,
put
nice
you-
eyes.
I would put you.
I mean, I'm just out of this conversation because I don't think any of them are particularly attractive. But I will definitely say that Michael and the guy with the leg amputation are probably the more conventionally attractive just to me. So they'd probably be at the 1 and 2 spot. I'm not attracted to feminine men, so the 3 feminine guys are always going to be in the bottom 3 for me. Yeah, that's just how it is. I'm amazed that they didn't pick at least 1 or 2 very attractive men for this, but maybe that's what they were going for. They wanted just some average dudes, but it's interesting that they picked what appears to be 3 straight men and 3 gay men for a ranking men by looks situation.
Here, if anything. How do you guys feel? Where do you think you belong?
I think I'm higher.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to be narcissistic, right?
So
If there's ever a time to be narcissistic, it's now.
I can look at you and I could see myself getting lost in your eyes. You have very pretty eyes. There
you go.
You don't have to do too much. Like you're just attractive. So I would like to place you here to my right.
sounds good.
You know.
Happy not to be number 1.
You also don't, but there's something like
Off.
No. Like there's something
No, like I say that because I've had an underbite my entire life, And I got made fun of a lot in middle school and in high school, and even now, like on the internet, that people think I have features of someone who has Down syndrome because of the almond-shaped eyes, the underbite, kind of just like this weird looking. So I'm completely fine staying where I am. Totally fine with that. I'm just saying, I get what you mean. There's just something off.
Wait, let's talk about these almond-shaped eyes because that's always been a beauty symbol for me.
That's what I grew up hearing.
That's a beauty symbol.
Where are you from? Who's doing this?
Yeah.
Who did this?
The internet.
We'll be
Give me their names!
And also, just to call out, even if you had Down syndrome, I don't think that would eliminate you from being the most attractive spot
I
at
agree.
all.
I think it definitely helps to know that like other people are not seeing me the way that I see myself, where I look in the mirror and I see everyone who made those comments, whereas
I mean, we're our own worst critics, aren't we? And people on the internet are really cruel. You know, I've noticed that since my subscriber level has gone up, that I've started getting more negative comments. And when people can't argue with you, they will always pick on how you look.
look at me for the first time today and they're like, you look fine.
Where would you put yourself here? Be honest, it's okay.
I think second to first.
Second to first? I think I'd put you third because I think your jawline is way stronger than mine. I put you right here, personally.
Wrong with that?
Objections?
No, no. I think you have really nice facial features, so for sure.
You're almost like one of those elves in like Lord of the Rings or something like that.
Please.
A very sharp nose as
We're
well.
not getting nerdy here.
Also, I like your confidence. Like you have this cool confidence. I think that's part of attractiveness too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't come into facial attractiveness.
So I would personally place you higher up. I don't know where.
Number one, dude.
Okay.
Do you want to be higher?
Cool. I feel like especially like keeping you up in number one, it's kind of like you have the humbleness to yourself.
That really like resonates well with me because like I said, I don't like attention, and it's because I had attention ever since I had one leg when it was amputated at like 5 years old, you know, and that's why I've never really craved it. It's just I had unwanted attention, and so just to hear like that means a lot. Like it really does. You guys are awesome. Yeah. I thought I was definitely gonna rank lower, but I don't feel like they ranked me out of my disability, or out of pity today. So that's why it feels pretty good.
I would put you up second because we got to hear your story too.
Yeah, you had a cool story. The stuff
Yeah.
and story.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I agree.
There was beauty being shown all throughout.
Thanks.
You know.
Thanks. I don't think I deserve to. You two, not only do you know how to dress, you guys are both bubbly personalities. You know, you've got just this glow about both of you that are very warm, inviting presences. Sweat.
So where would you place yourself? Like where would you feel
Honestly,
like?
5 or 6. Like I'm just a basic white guy.
I definitely agree you should be higher.
Just from other people's perspectives, like you really have like this good energy that I feel like is really uplifting.
I appreciate that.
Let's put you out of 3. How about that?
Yeah.
Not too high, but not too low.
If I were to place myself, I would feel like I would be right next to Vishan on the right.
You guys have more, I feel like, extroverted personalities.
So you're more introverted?
Yeah, I'd say.
Yourself kind of do?
I'd say Nick should be higher, personally.
I disagree. I think you're a beautiful man.
So hilarious.
Okay, if we're basing it on like
Personality and looks, yeah.
If I looked at personality and looks, and even if I wanted to boil it down to like right swiping or left swiping, I'd right swipe on all of you. That's
wow.
it's just a base.
wow.
Like you're a beautiful man.
Or like
I
that.
think you.
I want to see you here. Really? Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Number 2.
No, I won. I get to stay here. I won my choice.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm fine
I
with
feel
it.
comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the right call, but you know.
It says a lot that this type of situation can bring 6 people of different backgrounds, different styles, different looks, and we kind of all worked our way from, cool, we have basically seen each other naked, to, I really love your story, you're so masculine for like dealing with your trauma, and I just find it very therapeutic is the way I would put it.
I would have never met people like you, I guess, in my life. It's definitely a unique experience to talk with some of you guys and your personalities, see what you guys all feel.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to talk to you. I'm happy you're here too.
Likewise.
It was cool that something so divisive like ranking each other or having to put someone front, back last, just like brought us together somehow, which doesn't feel like it would, but I'm happy that I did this with you guys.
Hey, yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Hug.
Male-to-male validation is really, really rare, so it's honestly kind of affirming sometimes when you get validation from other men because we so like desperately kind of deprive ourselves and each other from it.
Surround yourself with people who are not only going to inspire you to be better, but people who accept you as you are. And the people who find you attractive are the people who see past the very, first glance, and they look at who you are.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that attractiveness can definitely change once you get to know somebody, because I've known people over the years that I have initially found either unattractive or attractive, and then getting to know their personality can flip my perception and my level of attractiveness to them. So there definitely, personality does play into it, but not obviously on your initial attraction to somebody. I stand by what I first said, where I did not find any of them particularly attractive. I think overall the most attractive was probably Michael, who was the tallest straight guy. I was never going to be attracted to the gay men. That's just, it's like a gaydar. I'm not going to be interested. They were less insufferable than the women. I'll give them that. I think that's just, women are just insufferable sometimes, aren't we? But yeah, interesting. What did you think anyway? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you very soon.